Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Happy Thankful Thursday. It is February 3rd, 2022. And today is an interesting one. Today, we're going to find out what is going on in the market. There are some really, really interesting things. And I want to find out. I'm sure you all want to find out as well. Sarah, I'm going to pass it to you. What's going on? What's going on in the market?
Martha, that is such a great question. And we have lots of buyers and sellers asking us that question every day. Literally, if I go to the grocery store and run into somebody, they're wanting to know what's up in the market. Literally, if I go to a networking event and meet friends, they're wanting to know what's going on in the market. So we're here today to let you know exactly real time today, February 3rd, 2022, what's happening in the market. I couldn't be happier to have all of my real experts here. I've got Jeff, Beth, Alyssa, Chris, and Linda here, all here to just give us a real-time update on what's happening in the market. Jeff, you and I were having an interesting conversation earlier today, and I think we were talking about actually one of our agents on the team. Something unique happened on Monday. Why don't you tell us all about it?
Sure. Yeah, he was just talking about it this morning. And again, it didn't work out for his client, but there is somebody out there that won a great house. And in order to do so, they went 16% above the asking price, which was basically $190,000. There were 26 competitors.
190,000 over list price?
190 over list. And there were 26 people competing, all making what they thought was the offer. So, again, while it didn't work for our teammate, he's going to be out there and he's going to win. That's what he does. He's going to get one too. But it was just kind of a shocking early February, kind of look at the market. I mean, that's just an indication that, maybe it's the interest rates that are rumored to be going up and up and up, but the frenzy has started. It's going to be a crazy time for buyers.
Well, and I think I heard another story from a team member last week that they had a client that put an offer down on a townhouse, and that in particular also had 17 offers. And I believe he mentioned it went 45,000 over list. So that was, the example you gave, Jeff, was in a $1.2 million market, but in a $500,000 market, we're also seeing the same thing. Beth, what say you about what's happening in today's market?
Yeah, I think we as realtors, we definitely follow different social media platforms and engage in conversation with fellow agents and what their market is looking like in their specific area or Northern Virginia as a whole for us. And we're definitely starting to see that frenzy happening again, where multiple offers are coming in. Open houses are having 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 people through it. And you're getting back into those, removing contingencies, going well above offer, everything. It just seems like it's starting up again.
I hear you saying that it's starting up again, Beth, but one of the things that I know you've done really well, and so many of our team members do, is when we have the opportunity with a client and if they're completely in love with the house and we're supportive of their strategy, we've won. We have won these situations, and we win them through a pocket full of strategy that we're using each time. And so, just want to speak to the fact that we are capable of doing it. I don't know that the buyer that we had last time was willing to go 192,000 over list price. But when they did have a impeccable offer in every other sense, and they were fully approved, which is unheard of these days. Alyssa, I would love to hear from you today what's happening in the mortgage world, as well as a little to the topic of, what does it really mean to be fully approved, and how does that give a buyer an advantage?
Sure. So just to give you guys an idea of what's happening in the market today as far as mortgages go, interest rates are creeping up. We're seeing the market take a little bit of a hit this morning. Overall, the market is down by about 28 basis points as of about 2 minutes ago. What that means for interest rates is they're on the rise. Historically speaking, compared to maybe 3 or 4 months ago, we're up about 0.75% for interest rates, which in some cases, depending on your client's, personal profile, could make or break a qualification for whatever price, market they're searching for, which is why it's really important to get fully approved, because you want to know what your maximum purchasing power is going to be as a buyer, especially in a competitive market. And Caliber is very unique where they allow us to submit a loan through underwriting, to have a full credit review, and basically allow an underwriter to take a look at the entire package without having a ratified contract. What that does is it gives your buyers a leg up on the competition, and allow the sellers to work in maybe no financing contingencies, maybe a shorter escrow period, things like that, that typically wouldn't be possible if you hadn't already been through the underwriting process.
I love that. And there's not a buyer that we're working with that hasn't already gotten fully approved, just to give them that strong advantage. Thank you, Alyssa. And we always appreciate all of your expert advice and all the help that you give our clients. Alyssa's with the Simmons team. And if you're looking to reach out to her, we're going to put a link in the chat. You're welcome to click that link and connect with her directly through her bio there. I also, just hot off the press, got a text, believe it or not, that there's another transaction that had an enormous amount of offers and went 24% above list price. I'm not certain that I thought I was going to hear that, guys. That is almost 25%. That is almost a quarter of the sales price over. So what this looked like was, it was a $1.3 million listing, and it went for 1.6. I'm telling you something, those buyers must have not been able to live without that house to make that type of offer. But if you are finding the house of your dreams, we know how to strategize for you and help you pack your offer full of things that sellers want to see so that you go straight to the top. Linda, I'd love to hear a little bit from you today on what you think is happening in the market and how we can give our clients the best advantage.
Sure. So just putting a little, wanting to put more of a positive spin. The news doesn't sound so great right now, and I do feel like it's a perfect storm.
Wait, is that a storm that's brewing behind you?
I don't go towards storms. I go away from them. But
and she froze. She was
It's the
going to say something.
inventory
Okay, you froze a little bit, Linda. You were saying inventory. So go ahead and start again.
All right. So in January, inventory levels remained pretty tight. Over the first month of the year, average weekly new inventory paced 14.8% below a year ago. So I think a combination of the lack of inventory with the talk of interest rates climbing, it's created this crazy frenzy. And I do feel pretty confident that, come March, we will start to see a tremendous amount more inventory hit the market, and not to scare people off, but just give a little bit of time, and this will all kind of balance out, and there will be homes for every buyer out there.
Yes, we do need time on our side, and thank you. That's great advice, Linda. I want to mention too, just in case, if I say supply and demand, it doesn't make sense to everybody. I completely get that. And it kind of throws me back to high school days of, I feel like I'm taking a test about supply and demand. So what do we really mean when we say supply and demand? I'm going to put it in the simplest terms I can. If we have a shelf full of 500 loaves of bread, and we make a news announcement that loaves of bread are going to increase by $1 if you don't hurry up and purchase your bread in the next 3 days, what is going to happen to the loaves of bread that sit on the shelf? Anybody?
They sold out, sell out.
There's gonna be a line out the
Aye.
door. They're gonna quickly sell out. It's gonna be gone and the shelves are empty. So that is an example of the supply becoming a definite need and such scarcity around it, and it becoming more expensive that everybody rushed to purchase it, and now there's no more left over until the bakers bake bread till 5 in the morning and fill the shelves again. So normally in a normal market, we have a nice ebb and flow of bread. And the shelves stay full and the prices may go up a little bit, may go down a little bit, but it doesn't really affect our bottom line or how we're going to live. And so what's happening in the housing market is we have a surplus of buyers. So a lot of people and not a lot of bread, not a lot of homes for them to choose from. And we're educating the market and sharing the truth of what's happening, which is interest rates are rising, meaning their cost to purchase a home is going up. It's still, though, I will remind you, if we go up 1% to 1.5% in this 1 year in particular, maybe we go up more, we're still historically low. Still would remain in a historically low market. So it shouldn't slow down your buying desire. However, if you are at the top of your affordability and have a true desire to be in that property at that price point, we should move quickly for you before prices change. And we're full of strategies. That's what we do, is help prepare you to be the winning offer. So would love to hear from you and what your questions are around real estate and how we can inform you about what's happening real time with real experts and real answers. So thanks for joining the Unscripted show today. Thank you, Martha. You are absolutely the best co-host in the world. I couldn't do this without you. Jeff, Beth, Linda, Chris, Alyssa, thank you for being here. And Jenna, of course, behind the scenes. If you want to get in touch with us, feel free to check out our webpage at JSRealty, the number 4, the letter U.com, or you can reach out to the Simmons team directly. Alyssa will help you out with any of your lending needs. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We thought we were done for the day, but more information came in and we decided to come right back on Facebook Live and share it with you. Martha, what's going on?
Hot off the press. We got a bunch of news going on that Beth has a little something to tell us. Beth?
Well, I'm actually going to kick this to Alyssa, who is probably going to be the one that has the most information. But a little birdie might have mentioned to me that with the changes in the interest rates and everything that's going on with that, that maybe that has some changes for those people that are interested in buying like an investment property or a vacation home down at the beach, a secondary home. Like, how is that going to affect those that are trying to buy those type of properties?
Thanks, Beth. Yeah, so these changes that are being implemented by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who are the biggest servicing agencies that oversee lending across the entire nation. Every single lender that originates mortgage loans has to abide by their guidelines that they pass down. They are implementing interest rate hikes for second homes and investment properties starting.
Wait, I just want you to repeat that. They're implementing what?
Interest rate hikes. Interest rates are going up. They're going up for investment properties and second homes. So what's happening is, because inventory is so low, they want to make sure that people who are intending to purchase properties as primary residences get the opportunity to do so before an investor comes in and snakes the property right from under them. So what's happening is any loan that is delivered to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac as of April 1st, 2022, there is a 3% add-on to a price of an interest rate. Now,
3%?
How does that kind of translate into your interest rate on your loan? So when you're looking at your base interest rate on your mortgage, 3% for the price of the rate, so essentially 3% of your loan amount, would translate to a 1 to 1.5% hike in the interest rate that you pay on the mortgage. So to put that in layman's terms,
Thank you. I need you to put this in layman's terms for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mortgages for dummies over here.
If I could write a book on this, I would. But let's just say you're purchasing a property, either investment or second home, and the sales price is going to be $500,000, and you're going to put $200,000 down. So that means you're going to be borrowing or financing $400,000. Now, typically, the going interest rate for a second home right now is anywhere between 3.75 to 3.99%. It's going to depend on things like your credit score and the type of property, whether it's a single family or a condo. But let's just use 3.75 for now. So on a mortgage amount of $400,000 and an interest rate of 3.75, you can expect your payment, and this is just principal and interest, to keep things, kind of standard across the board and compare apples to apples, but your principal and interest can be expected to be about $1,800, maybe $1,850 a month. If we were to increase your interest rate to 4.75 with this new interest rate hike that's being implemented, your payment goes up to $2,086.
So basically almost $300 a month on the scenario that you laid out. Yeah.
Yeah, just about. And that's just 1% of an increase in interest rate. If it goes up to 1.5%, just depending on the criteria of the loan, let's use 5.25. Your payment, principal and interest, would go up to $2,200. So that's a $400 almost increase in payment. So it makes a pretty big difference if you're budgeting, especially for those investors who are looking at cash flow.
Yeah, sure does make a difference. Wow. That is amazing information, Alyssa. Thank you for always being in the know and keeping us abreast so we can keep our clients in the know as well. Anybody in the room have another question around this? All right. Well, we were so happy to jump back on with you guys and share the new news. And we hope you have a fabulous weekend. If there's anything we can do for you, reach out. We're at the JS Realty team, the number 4, the letter U.com, or you can always reach out to Alyssa at the Simmons team. Take care, guys.